Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of From the Desk of Dr. Ron. I want to thank you all for coming out and listening to me on today. I tell you, I got a repeat performance from last week, as you can see. But before we get started, let me give a shout out to my mentor, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt has been with me 30 plus years, and I always give him a shout out because if this is your first time watching, you need to know that, mentors are important in your life, and you need to have someone that can be with you to help you during your time of trial and tribulation in this thing called life. So, once again, shout out to Dr. Hunt. Appreciate him being my mentor for all of these years. As you can see, I have Greg Abbott Part 2. Well, the reason why I have Greg Abbott Part 2 is because I wanted to emphasize the fact that there is, just a great deal of evil going on with this migrant situation. Now, Greg Abbott decided that he was going to send all of these people that have crossed the border over into Texas to sanctuary cities. Now, just for the facts, Greg Abbott is a Republican. And most of the sanctuary cities are cities that are democratically run. Now, I've said this on last week. The governor of Texas has weaponized this situation to try and bring conflict and situation to all of these cities that were willing to allow migrants or illegal immigrants or whatever you want to call them, people that were having conflict and trouble, that needed help. They didn't do that with Ukraine. They didn't do that with any of the other European countries that needed help. They didn't weaponize them. They just sent them to a city and say, hey, here's some help for them. Well, Greg Abbott didn't do that. He didn't ask for help. He just said, okay, we're going to send these people to other places. And I got some facts for you today. I was looking up on my other show on Street News Now. We were talking about this subject. And I found out there was a total of 7,400 migrants that have been bused to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and over 1,500 have been sent to New York City, according to the governor's office. I'm talking about Greg Abbott's office. And he has now sent 300 to Chicago with another 100 on the way over this weekend. So me being in Chicago, I got a chance to see firsthand what they have been doing to receive these people. They have been taking them off the buses. Shout out to Catholic Charities. Shout out to the Salvation Army. They have been putting these people in hotels and helping them get their feet on the ground with whatever necessities that they have. Now, there was a couple of backstories that I heard about when they were putting people on buses in Texas. They didn't give them a choice on where they could go. Some people might have wanted to come to Chicago because they have relatives here and they could get help here from their relatives. Now, he wouldn't let them get on a bus going to Chicago. He sent them to New York. And vice versa. He sent people to New York that wanted to go someplace else or D.C. He just wanted them on a bus and get them off his territory. So I don't think that, any of this is fair to the people that came to this country trying to, strike out anew, try to get help with their children, the countries that they're fleeing from. They're having difficulties. One of my co-hosts on Street News Now asked the question, well, what are the other states that are border states? What have they done? Well, let's review that. When Cuba people were escaping Cuba, if they arrived in Florida, they received them, they helped them set up in Florida, and they have a little community called Little Havana in Cuba. I looked into Arizona, which is a border state, and Arizona has accepted people into their communities. And in fact, they have made a statement from the governor's office in Arizona saying that we have just as many illegal immigrants in Arizona as we do legal. So the population has increased, and they have accepted these people that need help into their communities. California does the same thing. When people cross the border into California, they accept them, they make them a part of their community, and they offer them help. So Texas, wanted to build a border wall to try and keep people out. They don't want to accept anybody into their country that they don't feel like can be a productive part of their community. I remember when the Haitians were trying to cross over into Texas, they kicked them out. They put them on an airplane and sent them back to Haiti. And just for the record, there's a newspaper in Texas, the Texas Texas Tribune, that pointed out that he has spent over $12 million busing immigrants out of Texas. He could have took that $12 million and gave them a good start in the United States. So it could have been a whole lot better use of $12 million, which is taxpayer dollars for the state of Texas. That's not his own personal money, but he's making some decisions at the expense of all of the people in Texas. So, that's why I'm doing a part 2 on Greg Abbott. I just wanted to emphasize the fact that, there's no right in this, not for the people that are coming here from another country that are, struggling, that are in conflict, that are in pain, that are in hurt and need help. I just want to go back into time just a little bit and remind people they used to have a place called Ellis Island. Ellis Island was the place where all of the Europeans had to pass through in order to be able to get into the United States. And Ellis Island allowed, no matter where they came from, into the United States. They entered into New York, and they became citizens of the United States of America. So I think that they ought to show the same love, the same considerations, and the same concerns for the people that are coming in from South America into the United States through Mexico, through the southern border. They deserve a right. When people were escaping from Afghanistan, Ukraine, they welcomed them in. If they had family here or not, they welcomed them in. They gave them all the resources that they could give them in order to allow them to have an opportunity to make it into the United States. So, no matter whether you're a Republican, Democrat, or an independent, human life is something that we should cherish, something that we should value, something that we should take, care, very careful, because that could be your family, your ancestors, down the road, will look back and say, hey, someone spoke up on our behalf, and that's why we're here to be able to do what we do now. So, think about these things, think about them and do the right thing. As Spike Lee said, do the right thing, So that's my rant for today from the desk of Dr. Ron. If you live in the state of Texas, tell them to stop abusing the human rights, the civil rights of people that are crossing over here into the United States trying to seek help. Okay? Let's just think about it and do the right thing. All right. I want to invite you guys to come follow me each and every Tuesday. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on YouTube. We do a very interesting talk show. We got an interesting guest that comes up every week, and we get a chance to hear their stories and their adventures. So please come and check me out each and every Tuesday. Every Sunday, I do a Black History Moment. So please come join me tomorrow right here on YouTube and check out the Black History Moment. Each and every Thursday, right here, we have Street News Now on Facebook and YouTube live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. 6 Guys and You, come check us out so that you can see what we have going on that show. Also, from the desk of Dr. Ron, each and every Saturday, 12 noon. Please come check me out. I try and give a little conversation that can help encourage and motivate your thought processes. Also, I want to encourage you to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, please check out all of my advertisers. We have a series of advertisers over there that will, help you with whatever you're looking for. Without them, I would not be able to do anything that I'm able to do here. So please check me out, check them out on my channel. Also, I want to thank everybody that have made contributions up to this point in time. This is all of my donation information. And please subscribe, like, and share while you're here. Please, I need your support. So keep on coming back. Tell somebody. And be sure and hit that like button. I need you all to do what's so easy to do. Push that little button and keep me encouraged. So I look forward to seeing you guys on tomorrow with my Black History Moment. So I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Until then, be